So good evening. Tonight I'm going to evaluate a couple of digital tools that you can use in your blended classrooms, your blended learning. Both of these can be used as formative or summative assessments. They can also be used in stations, specifically Edpuzzle would be really good for like a digital station rotation. You could also use them in like a flipped classroom or a flipped learning environment to give some background information and a little remediation before you do an exploratory lesson the next day, for example. So as you can see here, I've used my digital tools evaluation form. Right now, this is the Edpuzzle one, and Edpuzzle is a storage website for teachers where we can actually edit the videos or get the videos from a bank to include interactive elements. So I'm going to take you through it quickly. Okay, so very quickly, this is Edpuzzle. You have to log in, so make sure that you sign up before you decide to use it, or you're not going to have anything in your storage. Okay, so here are some examples of the major features of Edpuzzle. You can upload your classes from Google Classroom. You can add content. So for example, here is all of my content. And in addition, I have a folder that has 3 videos in it that I use for environmental issues. And you can also go into the video very quickly. Here are some of the great features. Once you find a YouTube video, which I found this one on YouTube, I just typed in the URL and it pulled up. You can include individual questions.
Easy to become a member.
So this is open-ended.
Easy to become a member.
There are also multiple choice and multi-select. So that's just one quick thing. You can also do, if you go to your class, you can go to Gradebook and pay no attention to the names on the side. You can get a quick little report of what they did and how they graded it. Now, another major feature of this is going to be you can go and look for various videos, and if you click the video, it will give you a list of other teachers who've already edited with questions. So that is an excellent choice for a rotation, for a flipped classroom, remediation, stations. It would be great. Okay, the second digital tool we're going to evaluate and demonstrate is Quizzes. Now, my students absolutely love Quizzes, and it's insane how much better they do on a quiz if it's not in a Google form, if it's not on our major testing site. It can be the same questions, but because there are silly little memes that pop up and it's gamified, they do so much better. So if you don't know already, Quizzes is a polling and quiz app that allows teachers to assess through gamification. Students can use Quizzes for remediation and extra practice. You can import rosters, connect to your learning management system, as well as print off reports for all of your activities. It meets lots of accessibility features, and it complies with all of the legal compliance and diversity inclusion that my county requires us to meet. Okay, and just like with Edpuzzle, you're going to need to create an account. And once you've done that, this is your dashboard. Okay, so you can search for quizzes on any topics. We'll just take this one right here, integers, and boom. You can copy other people's quizzes. You can look for actual lessons, and this would be fantastic in a station rotation or a flipped classroom, or for flipped learning, because you can actually create a digital lesson that's almost like a slideshow. You can include videos, questions, information, and so on and so forth. Now, one of my favorite features is you can create your own lessons. Okay, so take, for example, this is Latin American economics quiz that I gave. There were 20 questions. This was a poll and it didn't count anything, but you can go through and see this one has a picture. I've provided hints and quotes. And what happens is, if you start a live quiz, you have all of these fantastic individual options that you can provide for your students. At the end, you can tell it whether or not to play silly memes. You can assign it to a class on Google Classroom, and it comes out looking something like what's over here on the right-hand side. There's a question, there's a timer, there's answers, and this is just a quick little way to do some formative assessments, include some digital activities in your stations, and just to make that blended classroom a little bit more engaging for the student. All right, so if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. Thanks.